A'udhu billahi minash Shaytan rajim. Bismilah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to today's video blog. There's two ideological perspectives that are at two sides or are actually polarized in the Western society. You might be saying, brother, we don't think about the jinn. The jinn is something that we don't think of. There, we know they're there, but we don't care about that. This video is instructional. It's to advise you in a proper course of action in processing the jinn. There is what the West calls religious extremism. And on the other hand, there's what's been termed secular extremism. Now let's take a break. Islam says that there are unseen creatures in the ghaib. These unseen creatures are malaika, which are angels, and jinn, which are transparent beings that move very fast, that are made of smoke, smokeless flame to be precise, and coexist with human beings. In the secular realm, there's what's called the string theory. And this theory is what's bringing us into the modern discussion of jinn. The string theory says that there's multiple dimensions, up to 12 different dimensions, each with a parallel existence. That there may be certain creatures or certain beings, they don't know, but it's all built on the concept of super strings that vibrate, and that these particles, they're aligned in a way that a world or universe can exist in the exact position I am standing right here, parallel to this existence or reality. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of complex rhetoric, but what does it mean? It means that jinns can exist by modern science. Let's get to the beef. In the United States, there's an idea that was presented to me by a non-Muslim. The greatest trick of the devil was to convince the world he didn't exist. In Surah Al-Fusiyat, which is chapter 41, ayat 25, and it states, "And we have assigned to them devils, intimate companions in this world, who have made fair seeming to them what was before them, evil deeds which they were doing in the present worldly life, disbelief in the reckoning and the resurrection and what was behind them, denials of the manners of the coming life of the hereafter as regards to punishment or reward." Adam, the first man, alayhi salam, was created from clay. Shayton was created from a smokeless flame. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked all that existed at that time to give homage or to prostrate before Adam. Some say along with Adam, to Allah. Iblis failed to do so. It was this arrogance that prevented him from doing such. Again, brothers and sisters, the key word for today starts with the letter A, arrogance. This arrogance is expressed in our society as a form of racism, as a form of I'm better than him, he's lower than me, I'm the man, he's nothing. These are many of the forms of the arrogance that I see on the streets in the USA. The rampant corruption on the street, people being shot, murdered, wars. These are all from the waswas of Iblis and his henchmen to try to lead us astray. And even as Muslims, even though we know the truth, we still fall prey to the whisper of Shaytan. A cat gets out his car, pops his collar, shows his jewelry, stands in front of you with a look like, whoa, what you looking at? Who are you? This is arrogance that fuels and destroys civilizations, communities, homes. The list is long. So if we are imagining in our mind how Shaytan is able to mislead the believers, just think to what degree he's able to mislead the disbelievers. These boundaries are in a zone that is extreme, and the personal devil assigned to that human being has misled him, has misled him into a false illusion, because Shayton, Iblis, and his henchmen are the chief deceivers. Some brothers are struggling to get married. Some brothers are struggling to maintain a marriage. All of these things, the Shayton has his hand involved in trying to corrupt something that is pure, something that Allah brought together, a community where an imam is a leader and has a proud stature upon truth. The Shayton will work to destroy that community. These are things that we face in the West. Some people might say, now stop, brother. The Jinn, you can't go on with the Jinn. I get these comments from time to time from brothers in the community who talk to me and say, brother, you can't get into the Jinn. It's too much. Hold on. Listen to this. For everyone in the world, there is no spookism in Islam. Spookism is a concept that was delivered to the African Americans to keep them enslaved. It's a concept that comes from my culture. The mass is coming. The KKK is getting us. This, that. There is no spookism in Islam. Therefore, we believe in the Jinn, but we're not afraid of the Jinn. We accept the Qadarullah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'd like to throw a theory out there. Have you ever noticed in the media this idea of Jinn? How the media has portrayed them as cartoonish creatures, kind of like in the movie Aladdin. Put a little bit of less TV in your mind and put a little more Quran, because in the media, particularly, there's evidence upon evidence that they want you to become arrogant. They want you to become disrespectful against your Lord, disrespectful against your mother. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, stop letting your children get involved with these type of programs and get them more involved in the Quran. I'm not telling you to ban television out of the lives of your children. I'm telling you to watch what you allow them to watch. The existence of our reality is not understood. That's as a fact. This is why billions of dollars is going in to try to understand our reality. But one reality that is true, because it's spoken from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the existence of the Jinn and how they are our open enemies. And in Islam, we understand the distinction. There are believing Jinn and there are disbelieving Jinn. There are Shayteen who are out to harm the believers and to eradicate the children of Adam. It's Allah who protects the believers. We are only aware and keep an awareness of this by protecting ourselves with Ayat al-Kursari, reciting that after our prayers. The three Quls, Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, and Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, before we go to sleep, or if we feel a negative influence. Because remember, when we hear these things from the Shayteen and we're not on the fitrah, it can drive you to insanity, schizophrenia. No one knows where these things come from. But mental health comes from remembrance of Allah. You cannot rely on material world and expect to be mentally healthy. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I seek refuge in Allah from Shaytan the accursed, and I beg you, Allah, to protect every Muslim in the world from the sneaking whisper or the waswas of Shaytan. Allah forgive me for my sins. And brothers and sisters, thank you for your support. It is continually to coming in waves, and may Allah reward each and every one of the viewers of my video blog. Inshallah, until next time, this is your brother, Umar Abdul Rahim, signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.